Welcome to the Tiny Artist. Today, we're going to talk about texture, which is one of the 7 elements of art. We're going to create a fuzzy, soft pot holder. Let's get started. You're going to need cardboard, a ruler, some scissors or something to cut with. You're going to need some fabric strips, so that could be t-shirts or towels or any kind of scrap fabric you have. So make sure you always ask an adult before using fabric or cutting up t-shirts or anything else. The first thing you're going to want to do is get your piece of cardboard, and you're going to want to measure 1 inch between each slot. Now I cut my slots pretty thick, and as you can see, I even have a little piece hanging out there because I cut that slot so thick so that you can actually pull your fabric down inside those slots. Now, I only have 7 here, but you really want to have an even number. I made the mistake of creating this and I had an odd number, and then when I went to tie my weaving together, it didn't tie together evenly, so I had to create another board, which is here. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots for my fabric. Once you have your 8 slots cut, you're going to take your fabric and put it in each slot. You can kind of see it like that. Now once you've done that, you're going to have your fabric to the side, and I'm going to show you how to do weaving. So here's my fuzzy strips. This was cut from towels. So some dish towels that I had. So to do weaving, you can do this with your fingers. You don't really need any needles or tools. So what you're going to want to do is start with under. You're going to go under, over, and just keep repeating that pattern. Be very careful because these are going to get loose. These are called your warp strings. The yellow is my warp string, and the blue is my weft string. You're going to then pull the weaving strip all the way to the top, like that. And you might want to tighten these again by pulling on the back of them. Okay, once you've done that, grab your next strip. Now, as you can see, this strip we started with under. We're going to start over this strip. Now, go over, under, so we're going to do the opposite of what we just did. Okay, that's over, so we're going to start with over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and again, pull it up, your fingers. Now, you can see that it's going to create a checkerboard effect. Again, when you do the next strip, you're going to do the opposite of what you just did. So this one's over, so I'm going to start with under. Under, over, under, over, under, over. And again, I'm going to pull that up to the top. And I'm just gonna keep that nice and neat, straight, the best I can. So I'm gonna wanna do about 8 of these woven strips. So I'm gonna have 8 here and 8 here. And then once I'm done, I'm gonna start with this side, the loose sides, and I'm gonna grab 2 of my loose strips. This is why you wanna cut them extra long. So if you have an 8-inch wide weaving, you're going to want to probably add 3 inches to each side as far as how long your strips are. So add an extra 3 inches to each side so that you can actually take those strips that are loose and tie it loosely, tie it one more time to tie a knot, and the second time you pull, you want to pull tight like that. So as you can see, I just tied those 2 blue strips together. So you're going to complete the whole side, tie 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Go to the other side, tie 2, 2, 2 till you're all the way done, and then you can start pulling these out of the slots right here. So as you can see that, and now I will tie these 2 together, and the next 2, and the next 2, and the next 2. So always tie your sides together first, and then you need to tie the ends of your warp strings, okay? So once you're totally done, it will look like this. Now you can leave these fringes hanging off each edge once you've tightened them really, really tight, or you can cut them shorter, but make sure they're extremely tight because you don't want them to come untied and then they'll be so short that you can't tie them back. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to try another type of weaving, why not weave a pouch? I'll put a link to it down below in the description. This pouch is really fun to make. You can weave the handle, you can even weave a flap so that you can actually open it and store things inside it. So thank you for joining the Tiny Artist. Always remember, never give up and have fun creating.